I am going to share some tips that helped me when Allah did not answer my dua. So if Allah did not answer your dua, it doesn't mean that you should stop making dua. It means that you should continue making dua. It means that you should have more patience than you used to. So what are the tips that I want to share? When you are making dua, always make sure that you're making dua with utmost sincerity, because sincerity matters. So you make dua with utmost sincerity. Second, you utilize all the moments that you believe Allah is going to answer your dua. Maybe it's Friday, maybe it's during tahajjud, maybe you ask your parents to pray for you if they are alive, maybe you give sadaqah, maybe you do one good deed, maybe you ask your friends or your family, your loved ones to pray for you. All of these are enhancers that will make hasten your dua to be answered faster. Then another thing that I learned personally from when I stopped making dua is, if you're making dua, don't close your eyes that your dua will answer magically, miraculously, without you doing anything. Like, Allah doesn't work that way. You have to, if your dua requires you to walk. Don't sit down and say that, oh, you are lying down on your bed and you believe that money will fall down from heaven, or that if you are sick, that health will just fall down from heaven. No, it doesn't work that way. If you are asking for money, always make sure that you do your best. If it requires you to work. If it requires you to invest in something, invest in something. If it requires you to ask someone or get a loan or ask someone. Don't say that just because you pray you're just going to fold your hands and think that Allah will just do the work for you. No, Allah does not work that way. So pray and then do the necessary work. If it requires you to be diligent, if it requires you to be disciplined, if it requires you to start a business, do it. If it requires you to change your job, do it. But pray and then do the necessary thing. Like, don't wait for miracle that without you making any effort. Allah does not work that way, and Allah does not even encourage laziness. So if it is health, if you're having health issue, pray and then go see your doctor or something. Just do the necessary thing and then continue praying, so that that prayer will work and enhance whatever effort that you're putting. So you put your own effort and then you pray and you keep praying and you keep praying. Just don't just sit down and say that, oh, I'm looking for money, I'm going to recite this particular verse 1 million times or 10,000 times, and that will help me get money magically. It doesn't work that way. You do the necessary thing and then you keep praying, you keep praying. Or yes, there are difficult situations or there are desperate situations where there's nothing you can do. So when you do the little effort that you think that that's the only thing you can do, then you keep on praying, you keep on going hard on your prayers. Then Allah knows that this is the only thing you can do, and then He will crown your effort, and then He will answer your dua even with the little effort you put. But what you should not do is just fold your arms and say that, no, I've prayed, I've recited salawat nabi, I've recited this particular dua, so I'm going to fold my hands, I'm not going to do any other thing and wait for Allah to just drop whatever I'm asking from heaven for me. No, it doesn't work that way. So you have to make your own effort. If it is wealth, if it is children, if it is spouse, you have to make effort. You have to, if it is spouse, you have to make effort. You have to look for the spouse yourself while praying for Allah to guide you towards. You can't just sit down in your house and pray that, oh, spouse, come and find me, without making any efforts that we know. Maybe talk to your parents if you want a matchmaking, or if you want someone to help you, make your intention known that you want a particular spouse with such and such details, and keep praying so that Allah will now help put it for you, make it easy for you to get that spouse in the best way possible. So you just have to make effort. You can't just fold your arms and say that, oh, I keep praying, I keep making dua and my dua is not answered, and I don't know, I want to stop making a dua. I have been there. That is why I'm making this video to, I hope it helps someone, because you just have to keep making dua and you just have to put in your effort. Don't be lazy. Don't do something and say that, oh, you just do it once and say that Allah make this possible for me, and you expect that Allah will just make this for you happen for you while you are not even putting in any effort. So you have to keep on putting your own effort and then keep on praying, so that prayers and that effort will work hand in hand, and you see that your dua is being answered. Although yes, there are so many instances where there's nothing you can do and just prayer is the only thing you can do. So even in those situations, pray, 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 pray. And if there's anything, open your heart, like listen to what Allah is telling you, because sometimes you pray and then Allah is showing you the way, and then you don't want to go to the way that Allah, the direction that Allah is pointing you towards. Maybe it's for you to call someone, it's for you to do a particular work, or it's for you to go to see a doctor or get a healing, or go to therapy and all that, any other instance you can think of. So always open your heart whenever you're making dua to see which direction Allah is pointing you towards. I hope this video helps someone. Thank you for watching.